So here's what you need to know before you invest or pre-order something from a crowdsourced or crowdfunding operation like Kickstarter or some startup company. First of all, determine, is it through Kickstarter as an investment, or is it a pre-order direct with the company? There's two different things. In either case, this is a form of funding a company that has different regulations than a typical securities regulation. Like if you're buying stock in a company or investing in a company, there's very strict securities laws and regulations. The SEC oversees all that, and the federal government has agencies that watch that, where Kickstarter or a pre-order may not have all those protections for the buyers. Know how to manage that purchase so you don't end up being an unsecured creditor if the company goes out of business. Keep in mind that a company that is asking for pre-order money or that is on Kickstarter is a company that has not or cannot borrow money from a bank or cannot get a venture capital investment. If that's the case, it might indicate that either they're not sophisticated with capitalization of a company, they don't have experience, or maybe that the lenders or the VCs have decided that their business model isn't sustainable. So if that's the case, then why would you want to invest your money? A Kickstarter campaign or a pre-order campaign just means that you're the last resort for funding that company. You can cross your fingers, it might work out. Many of these campaigns work. Many of these products come to market, but more and more we're seeing companies launch a new product. Maybe it's even not even produced yet, it's just a theory of a product, and they take pre-orders for a year and a half, and then the launch date gets more delayed. Next thing you know, the company goes out of business, and really the investors are not really investors. They're just pre-order buyers, and they become unsecured creditors, and no amount of asset recovery is going to distribute anything more than pennies on the dollar. The greed for the product, that might be a new product, the greed for the deal might lead you to believe that this might be a good way to go. But just remember, that product at some point, if it ever becomes real, is going to be on the open market. It's probably not going to be that much more money than it was on Kickstarter, because a year or 2 or 3 years later, there might be inflation, the product might change. It's not going to change that much of the price. So you're better off keeping the money in your pocket and buy the product when it's real, when you can take delivery of it, when it's tangible, not just an idea in somebody's head, a person who can't borrow money from a bank in a traditional fashion.